Today is a double recording day.
Yeah.
We'll record 2 episodes today. So we're not going to be in the current come next week.
Yeah.
So anything we might say today, or for the next episode rather, comes out. Who knows what will happen in the world?
We don't know nothing.
We just had our interview with David Scott Hay, which is up now. I thought that was a really good interview. I actually had to cut a good bit out of that. So people, if we had a Patreon
You're right.
or something like that, but it was a long episode. It took me over 3 hours to edit that.
Well, and there's all the talking before and after, too.
Yeah, well, I don't mind that because we don't have to record that.
No, but I'm just saying, like, it was
a long sit session, yeah. We haven't had one of those in a while. Great news! Spencer just got his copies of Dark Vigil Exterminate from Wicked Shadow Press.
Yes.
It looks really cool.
It does. It looks really cool.
His story, Babyface. Let me read the whole story now.
Everything, all of it.
All 50 pages or however long it is. And you're the third story in the book, too, so you're near the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I mean, that could be the episode as you just reading it.
That would be a long episode, because it actually is a long story. That's like, 20 pages?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good bit. So, they actually added a description for Spencer's story in this. When his past and present violently collide in a hail of Tommy gun fire, Wally must decide if his power is a gift for justice or a curse for vengeance. Welcome to the dark side of heroism. I like that.
Yeah.
That arouses me.
Makes it sound good.
You know what else is good? Not the dog farts seeping up from the dog underneath my legs here. He lets him loose now. He don't even hesitate.
He's getting a little bit older.
Yeah, it happens. We have a request.
Oh, do we?
Bryce requested something.
Okay.
He actually wanted me to do cooking because he can't just request something for the show without me having to do something extraneous, but I did not do the cooking.
All right.
His question was, what are some great writer snacks? I think he said something about making a segment out of it or something. I don't know about all that. I don't think we got enough material.
Yeah.
But he asked something or other about writer snacks, and he mentioned, which he wanted me to try for the show, which I did not because it required me not only buying ingredients that I don't have at home, but also cooking something that I don't want. But he said he made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich deep fried in peanut oil. So he flash fried, fried it up. Sounds actually would be pretty good. But I didn't feel like doing all the effort of that. And because I have to make a big thing like peanut oil and a sandwich. Yeah. I buy a whole loaf of bread for one sandwich because I don't eat a lot of bread really.
Right.
And I'm going to have this thing of peanut oil I'm never going to use. Just a lot of unnecessary work for me. So I'm just going to say delicious, Bryce.
Yes, probably.
I didn't try it, but I know it's great. But writer snacks. What's your go-to writer snack? Mine's just coffee, I think. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really. It's not like I eating anything really whenever I'm writing.
Well, I guess if you're having like a long writing session, you're really into it. And I'm assuming, I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like he does a lot of his writing at cafes, so that might be more applicable.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a scone. I'm going to get some crumpets. I don't know what fucking highfalutin cafes he's at, but I'm assuming they're the kinds that have crumpets and scones.
I mean, it'd probably be something unhealthy, like some kind of like candy bar.
You're eating a Reese's
or something. Yeah, like something like that. Like it's not gonna be anything good for me. I'm not having like an apple.
Yeah, like for me, like I said, mainly just coffee, and that's the thing. If I'm hungry enough that even if it's just a snack, I'm just not writing at the moment. I'm gonna go make lunch or something. Yeah. I'm not a big snacker normally anyway. Like I don't just sit there. I need chip. My wife's a huge snacker. Always snacking. Snacks more than she eats meals. I'm a meal guy. I eat a meal and then I'm good till the next meal. So Bryce, writing snacks, whiskey.
Yeah,
that's another one.
There you go.
That depends on the kind of writing I'm doing, and how much I actually want to get accomplished. If it's
also like when are you writing?
Yeah, yeah. I had me a nightcap the other night, and I had a little bit of a predicament.
Oh, really?
I'm running low on whiskeys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I looked over. I got the bottle of Writer's Tears left.
Okay.
But like a nightcap, I just wanted neat. I just wanted like a double of something. I wanted to find bourbon.
Yeah.
But I'm out of bourbon. I had that Yellowstone bourbon that was okay. What did I settle on, Spencer? I looked through a bunch of my defunct boozes, and they all have like a sip left out of them.
Yeah.
I ended up topping off my or rather tapping out my Suntory whiskey I had over there. I forget which one it was. The Toki, which is really good. It's a good whiskey. I never really thought of it as a sipping whiskey, but I haven't had it in a while. Very smooth, a nice light one. It didn't hit my bourbon because I wanted like that sweet burn of bourbon, but all I had was that. I mean, I got some like fucking
I know all these words you were talking about.
Yes, you do. I have that proper 12 Conor McGregor whiskey that Tyler brought over because that's the only one he was drinking for a while.
Oh yeah,
and it's like it has a little bit of an aftertaste of nickels and pennies. I'm not a big fan. It's good for mixing with sodas.
right.
You're gonna have a Coke and whiskey or something. That's fine.
So it sounds like what you need to do is you just need to finish, like you said, like most of them have like this, like a swig left. You just need to
Drink them all.
Finish them all, and then you just need to restock.
Well, here's a couple problems. But the first one I'm going to address is the topic, just getting rid of all of them, but drinking them. What a lot of people do is they get a decanter and they just mix them all in and make your own blend.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, but I have a weird eclectic, so I got Japanese whiskeys that taste like apples. I got such a mix.
Maybe you can mix like a couple of them together, not all of them into one big one. Like.
Then I found out I got like full bottles of gin over there and stuff I forgot about. Just all kinds of shit. Some that old absinthe and stuff. But not the one we made. Those are full. Those are never going to be drunk. They smell so good now. I open them up every once in a while. That peanut butter one I made.
Yeah.
It smells so good. No one would know that it's straight turpentine by the smell.
Do you ever get tempted on trying to take another sip? Like just to see?
I remember we tried it and the bitter burn of it lasted for an eternity. It was awful.
I felt like I was the fucking Ghost Rider. My head was so hot.
It wasn't any good. I mean, it's good for some people, maybe, but for us, no. The second point I'll address here is the restocking. I don't know if you've noticed, Spencer, but when you go into the old liquor store,
expensive.
Everything's expensive. Even the cheap boozes are expensive. So, like a mid-shelf, just a house whiskey. Like, remember I was getting Pike Creek for a while?
Right.
That Canadian whiskey was really good.
Uh-huh.
It was like $20.
Right.
I don't know what the price of it is now.
Not 20.
But I know I was drinking Knob Creek for a while, which is another one. It's like a fancy name for just one of those mass distilled whiskeys. It's again a good house whiskey. You just want to drink something, get the bourbon or something. I feel like those are $30 or $40 now. Like all the ones that used to be $20, I think they're in the $30, $40 range. And then if you want to get a fine whiskey, which I like, like a nice Scotch or something, fucking you're $100.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, those Japanese whiskeys I was getting, other than the Toki, which I think is still $40, $50. And this is Pennsylvania. Our booze prices are higher than like when I went to California. Everything was like cut in half booze wise. Wow. Everything was super expensive there except for booze. It's weird. Maybe weed as well. I don't know. I didn't buy any. Like some of that Hibiki Harmony I got. That's the one that I think tasted kind of like Fuji apples. Like it had an aftertone of that. Really fucking good. It was expensive when I got it. I think it was like $70 some. Now it's definitely like $100 or more.
Okay.
And I was over there at the liquor store yesterday actually just looking. I was buying the wife a bottle of wine. I was looking at the different whiskeys because I like to do that. I've been trying to get a hold of that Buffalo Trace. I always want to try that bourbon, but I can never find it. But anyway, I was just looking at the prices on some of these. And I was like, these all look amazing. And then I was like, I can't afford them. Because that's the thing for me. It's like, because I've fallen into this trap with fancy craft beers. It's like, what's the point of spending all this money on something, even if it tastes really good? You're just going to drink it and then piss it out and then it's gone.
Especially, too, like you haven't been really drinking as much recently. So it's like,
it's going to be sitting there forever.
Right.
Yeah, it's a problem. For the Drunken Pen writing fans, I don't really get too drunk very often. And even if I do, it doesn't take as much now, so I don't need a whole bunch of fancy whiskeys. But I like a fancy whiskey. I just can't afford it now. Fucking the economy.
Right.
Tariffs. Other words.
Inflation.
Iran. Iran. So anyway, we have an episode today about... we might have did this before. I don't remember. Original book titles.
Okay.
Not creating original book titles. Famous books and what their original titles were.
Okay.
AKA dog shit titles. John Steinbeck's on there, and that's what I was like, okay, I'm sold. We'll do this episode.
All right.
So we'll be back in a moment with that, and hopefully this episode will be 20, 30 minutes. You are listening to the Drunken Pen Writing Podcast. I don't know if that did anything cool or not. I'm your host, Caleb James. With me, as always, Spencer, the Nottingham Nipple Nuzzler Church.
Oh.
I was looking up N verbs, and I was laughing because I saw nibbler, nailer, a whole bunch of other ones.
Right.
But those were the two that came to mind. But I figure you're nuzzling them.
Yes.
Actually, the one I was thinking about was nitpicker. Nipple nitpicker. But I was like, I don't know if that quite works. But then, like, what
That's also very judgy.
Yeah, you're like, I don't like the nipples that are too long or too wide. I don't like the... Or maybe you do like those and you don't like the little ones. I don't know. People are particular. Today, we are discussing an episode. A brief history of authors being terrible at titling books. I liked it because it's in picture form.
Yay.
So I got to do a lot of work. Now, Spencer, I don't remember if we did this before. This is from Better Book Titles, so nothing super reputable. But I don't remember if we did this before. It sounds kind of familiar, but if we are, we're retreading old territory. Do you care?
No, I do not.
Do you remember the titles that were shit?
No.
Do not.
We could probably just repost our old episodes and not say that they're old.
Yeah.
Who would
Just do it better.
Yeah.
Like when it's like reworking an old story.
Yeah.
So I just made it better.
Yeah.
That's all. So number 1 on this list is John Steinbeck's Of Mice and Men. What do you think the original title he had in mind for Of Mice and Men? Which is a great title.
Yeah.
That comes from that one poem from that guy I don't remember, that Scottish guy. It's what's the poem? It's not the it's a line in the poem of Mice and Men. The best laid schemes of mice and men often go awry. But the Scottish version is it's the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. But the original Scottish is the best laid schemes of mice and men Galay or something.
Okay.
Weird Scottish. Almost unreadable. But when you listen to a Scottish guy, dude, you're like, somehow makes sense.
Right, yeah.
But anyway, as shitty as that was, what do you think the title originally was? It's very dumb.
I don't know.
He originally wanted to call the novel Something That Happened.
Oh.
Yeah, he must have had a long talk with the editor about this one okay, I'm not reading their little word.
That sounds like a Spencer title.
Something That Happened. Yeah. War story.
Yeah.
Spencer's would have been Killing the Mentally Challenged story.
Yeah.
Number 2, Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. I didn't read beyond the first one, so I'll be guessing with you. Okay. What do you think the original Pride and Prejudice was? You think she stuck with like the P's or something? Or like that kind of...
Maybe.
I'm going to say the original title for Pride and Prejudice was Bitches Be Bitchin'.
Oh, that'd be nice. I like that.
So her first manuscript for Pride and Prejudice was under the name First Impressions. Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Now this one I don't know. Philip Ross, Portnoy's Complaint.
No, I don't.
So he landed on Portnoy's Complaint. That's the good title. So what was the bad title? The bad title... Yeah, the bad title was better. I love it. Oh, why did he name it this? I don't even... Philip Roth almost called Portnoy's Complaint The Jew Boy Whacking Off.
Wow.
I love that title. If I could read a book and consider it, and like, I would bring that up in the Classic Lit group every week. So what do you folks think about The Jew Boy Whacking Off?
So do we know, does it have like when that was published?
I believe this was the original title of the short story in a magazine that got everyone talking. It definitely gives you a better idea of what the book... It does not.
Oh.
Also a short story. I thought these were all books. But anyway, that's great.
Yeah.
Jew Boy Whacking Off. That really... Portnoy's Complaint doesn't make me want to read it.
No.
Jew Boy Whacking Off. I'm on that. Here's a good one. Number 4, George Orwell's Animal Farm. What do you think that was?
Oh.
Something probably with communism.
Right.
I'd say, fuck, it still got to be about animals, right?
You'd think, maybe.
Pig shit. I don't know. Pig's Army.
Pig's Army?
I'll go Pig's Army or something like that. George Orwell's Animal Farm was nearly called a contemporary satire.
Oh.
So these are like placeholder titles. There's no way he was considering that as the title.
No, like... That makes no sense. That's more a description than a title.
Yeah, if he was writing that as like a play or something originally, I could see him having that as a placeholder title. Number 5, Margaret Mitchell's Gone with the Wind. I will say Farts in the Breeze.
Ooh.
Gone with the Wind.
I almost went with something farts too.
I want to say it was originally titled Get Your Slave On. Was it like a plantation fiction? Is that what we settled on?
I was going to say something racist.
Yeah. Partings in the South. I'll class it up. I'll say Partings in the South. Is it about this? I don't even fucking remember. I never read it. Margaret Mitchell's Gone with the Wind was almost called The Weary Load. Tote the Weary Load.
Oh.
That's too much. Ooh, here's a good one. This is a Seinfeld reference. Leo Tolstoy's War and Peace.
Oh, yeah.
What was the original title? Remember Elaine said War, what was it good for?
Yeah.
Or what is it good for? I don't think it was really War, what is it good for? What do you think the original title for War and Peace was? I actually think I remember hearing this before. But Seinfeld has muddled my memory.
Yeah.
War and Peace. A conflict in 7 parts. I don't know how many parts it is, but I feel like it's something dumb like that. Leo Tolstoy's originally wanted to call War and Peace All's Well That Ends Well.
Oh.
It's worse.
Yeah.
That's worse than War is what is it good for. All's Well That Ends Well. Ooh, Vladimir Nabokov's Lolita.
Creepy.
Creep.
Yeah.
I want to say it was it's got to be like
The Diddler?
thinking something gross from the point of view of a pedo man. I'm going to think like Sweet Innocence
Ooh.
or Young and Reckless. You know, something
Oh.
gross like that. Nabokov almost called Lolita the Kingdom by the Sea. See, I'll never fucking guess that. Is that anything to do with it? See, that's the problem. If he named it that, people would be like, "Yeah, what's this book about? Is it about the sea? Is it a fisherman?" Oh my god!
Gross.
Number. I don't like the way he's looking at me.
Huh?
You can't read it, so I'll just show you the face. I don't like the way he's
Oh.
looking. Yeah, that's looking right into my soul. Number 8, Adolf Hitler, My Struggle. So Mein Kampf.
Yeah.
My Struggle. Yeah, I don't even know what the asshole brigade. Mein Kampf was originally called 4.5 Years of Struggle Against Lies, Stupidity, and Cowardice. So he went with the Trump title there.
Yeah.
Really fucking. Number 9, Rick Moody's The Ring of Brightest Angels Around Heaven. So I don't know who Rick Moody or that very long title is, but
No.
what was worse than that? Because that's awful.
That's
in my opinion.
that's a mouthful.
I'm gonna say Rick Moody and the overly long title was the original title.
No, it's fancy, right? Though, so I mean,
Yeah, I guess. Rick Moody's story collection, The Ring of Brightest Angels Around Heaven, was originally called Junkies at a Bakery. See, I don't understand where they come up with this. This got to be placeholder titles that they think are funny, right?
though, to tell you the truth, I'd be more apt to read a story called Junkies Eating at a Bakery.
Oh, yeah, for sure, than that long thing that has no weight in my mind.
I already left it. You said it like 3 times already, and I've already forgot it.
Number 10, Woodward and Bernstein. Nope. Woodward. Fucking 2 names I don't like. Number 10, Woodward and Bernstein. All the President's Men.
Okay.
Guys standing around talking politics. Does that sound? I don't know. All the President's Men was originally called At This Point in Time. Lame. Ooh, here's a good one. Number 11, Ernest Hemingway's The Sun Also Rises. I feel like we learned this in that PBS documentary we don't remember.
Yeah.
That Ken Burns documentary when they talk about this. So what do you think the original title of The Sun Also Rises? Which is a good title for that kind of book. Well, I'm going to hit my knob.
Dude.
I want to knob up.
Knob it up a little bit.
So Ernest Hemingway's The Sun Also Rises. What would the original title for that would be, you think?
I don't know.
It's Hemingway, so it's got to be something dry.
And like short.
Yeah. Drinking in the afternoon sun. Partings of youth.
Warm alcohol.
Yeah. One title Hemingway considered for The Sun Also Rises was the weighty, For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increases knowledge increaseth sorrow. So that's short and succinct.
Yeah.
Not a good title. Not what I would have pictured.
Nope.
Number 12, Hemingway's The Sun Also Rises, take 2.
Okay.
So maybe we will nail it this time. Ernest Hemingway's other idea title for The Sun Also Rises was Fiesta. So that's a little more. So you went from the longest title to just party.
Right.
I would have said cow party. Or what do they do? The not jousting. Bullfighting.
Yeah.
Bullfight party.
There you go.
That would have been a Spencer title.
Yeah.
Bullfight party. George Orwell's 1984. I'm going to say 1986. I don't know. What do you think the alternate title for that was? Well, if you go by the contemporary of satire, whatever the fuck it is, he said, I'm going to say a dystopian look at the future from the lens of a man in 1930s England.
Yeah.
Or something like that. 1984 would have been called The Last Man in Europe if it had been up to George Orwell. That's okay. That's
not a terrible one.
Number 14, William Golding's Lord of the Flies, which is a great fucking name. Would have actually been a really cool name for one death metal band. But Lord of the Flies would have been a really cool name for like a Butcher of Nazareth type of book. Like not necessarily ancient, but like something that has a lot of murder and stuff.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, the Lord of the Flies does have some murder, but it's about fucking punk-ass British kids on the island. I'm talking about like a torture porn kind of movie.
Yeah.
Lord of the Flies. So what do you think it was originally called?
Spoiled Brats.
I'm going to call it Island Boys.
Island
Takes on a different lens under the Epstein era, but at one time, the Island Boys could have been the title of his book. So, Lord of the Flies was nearly called Strangers from Within. Lame. Number 15, F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby. I don't think it was The Great Gertsby. What do you think the original title for that was? I want to say it's something like...
Pretentious Party?
Yeah, like... I don't know. Old Money in I don't remember, New Haven or something. Fucking wherever the hell they're located. F. Scott Fitzgerald, I know it's going to be something fucking dumb, so. F. Scott Fitzgerald wanted to call The Great Gatsby Tremulchio of West Egg. That was what I was thinking, West Egg, not New Haven. Number 16, Ford Maddox Ford. Great name, Ford Maddox Ford. That'd be like you being Spencer Church Spencer.
Yeah.
The Good Soldier. I'm going to say The All Right Soldier. What do you think?
The Adequate Soldier.
The Adequate Soldier is probably better. Ford Max Ford submitted the title The Good Soldier to his editor as a joke. He wanted to call it The Saddest Story. So not as good.
No. And that make me want. I don't want to read the saddest story.
Maybe I do, depending on my mood. Number 17. For some reason, I read this as Erect Easton Ellis, but it's not. It's Brett Easton Ellis.
No.
Less than 0. Negative. I'm going to say he was going to call it negative or -0.
+1.
Writer Joe McGinnis told Brett Easton Ellis to title Less Than 0 Winter Vacation. So someone told him to name it Winter Vacation, not him. Number 18. George Eliot's The Mill on the Floss. I can't even wager a guess. Sister Maggie. That was the original title. Sister Maggie. Number 19. Bram Stoker. What was it we were doing where they called him Bram Stoker? And we're like, what the fuck? That ain't right. 19. Bram Stoker's Dracula. I would say the vampire, but that was actually already a thing that he, not that he took, but he took inspiration from was the story of the vampire. So not that. Transylvania Massacre. I don't know. What do you think?
Count something.
Better. It's better. The Dead Undead. Yeah, not so good. 20. Don DeLillo's White Noise. That's a good title. Static on the TV. He wanted to call it Panasonic, but the company wouldn't allow it. 21. Charles Dickens' Little Dorrit. Already a bad name.
Yeah.
Big Doris. Little Dorrit was originally called Nobody's Fault.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, here's another one because we always talk about this shit hatchet-faced bitch who had a great title and ruined it for everybody else who wanted to have this great title. Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say hatchet-faced bitch party. What do you think the original title was? Atlas Shrugged. It's got to be something stupid like give your money to corporate. I don't know. Before Atlas Shrugged, there was The Strike. That's like a fucking ugly man from Star Wars in a wig, right?
Yeah.
Fucking general.
It look kind of, yeah.
Yeah, that's a hideous inside and out person. 23. Eric Maria Remarque, All Quiet on the Western Front.
I've heard of it, but I don't know.
Gunshots in France. All Quiet on the Western Front was originally Nothing New in the West. 24. Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None.
Then there were some.
There was a guy. That's my guess. There was one guy. And Then There Were None. Agatha Christie's original title for And Then There Were None can't even be printed here. Yikes.
Oh.
Why? So I'm going to have to look that up. And Then There Were None. Original. Like, why would you put it there and not even give... Can't put that on there. Yeah, 10 little N-words. Let's just say that. What the fuck, Agatha Christie?
Wow.
Yeah. That wasn't... I don't know.
Yeah, why did you even include that?
What was the mystery there? The racism? Jesus. I'm just going to gloss over that one. 25. William Faulkner's The Sound and the Fury. I swear to God, if old fucking Mississippi himself is following that up, it might not be good because he uses the N-word a lot in his books. But not mysteries. All right. So The Sound and the Fury was actually the original Twilight.
Oh, yeah?
It's called Twilight. Sound and the Fury is a better title.
Yeah.
So, do you want to read that Agatha Christie book now? With the can you get the original title? Let me look that up.
I mean, I'm sure from somewhere you probably could get it.
Let me see if there's a... Well, I guess she didn't print it with that, huh? Well, she had one as a major motion picture titled 10 Little Indians.
Yeah.
Which doesn't seem too much better because there's a noose in it. And I don't understand. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there is. Yeah, see, there's the original cover.
Oh.
That's not good. I mean, they blocked out the word, but that's the BBC's dramatic version of it. So they did a fucking play of this or something? Why?
Well, when did that come out?
I don't know. Let's see. The original title of Agatha Christie's famous 1939 mystery novel, and then their one was horrendous. It was published in the UK under this title, referencing a minstrel song that inspired the plot before being changed to 10 Little Indians and later to the current title in the United States. So in the UK, obviously, it's not as offensive as it would be here. But I mean, if it's based on a minstrel play, it's already bad. I don't think we need to, talk about that. So next episode we should do the most racist books. Somehow Hitler doesn't crack the top 10.
Why are all these books just have like a published date within the last like 5 to 6 years?
Oh, it's very odd. And who are those books marketed towards? Because people that read those books don't read, or would want to read those books. So anyway, that's an episode. I don't think we need to. Like I said, I would keep these short so we can do other stuff with our lives.
Right.
Next episode, I'll talk about some of my writing. How about that?
Okay.
I'm not doing any writing, so it'll be very 5 minutes. Most of that's preamble. Folks, if you want to check out Spencer's OnlyFans, he is out there in Nottingham, and he is nuzzling nipples. Now, are these human nipples, animal nipples, and or just like a bottle nipple?
Any nipple.
Any nipple? Any nipple. That's a bold statement because there's a lot of nipples out there, and a lot of them I don't think I'd want anyone near my mouth or my face. I guess you're nuzzling them. That doesn't mean you have to put them in your mouth, right?
No, yeah.
Yuck. You can check out my work, CalebJamesK.com. I haven't had anything updated, but I do have some news. I'll share the news next episode. I forgot to do that this episode, but I do got news. If you folks want to check us out, you can go to @DPW Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and you'll love it. You'll just love it.
Love it.
Also, I have to say this every episode, apparently. Invite only. If you want to be on the show, it's invite only. Stop emailing us. I can't respond to them anymore. There's too many. Just, if you want to be a guest, be famous or something. Or pay us money. Because it's too much. It's too much work.
You have to get our attention in some other way.
You want that big DPW bump of Mike listening to the episode? Then you got to go reach out to Mike and just say, hey, can I interview you myself? Something like that. Anyway, folks, we thank you for listening. We'll check you out next week.